All right, YouTube, welcome back to the South Georgistan jungle. Today we're going to be going over 72-hour ops. We're going to be going over worn uniform items, worn kit items, and your 72-hour bag. What do you need in there and what do you need to leave at home? Enjoy. All right, starting off, we have the actual clothes you're going to wear, right? Now this is specific to me. I'm in the Air Force. We wear OCPs. If you wear something else, you know, put that in place of. But basically, starting at the feet, we're gonna have a good pair of boots. These are my Danners. I've had these for a while. They're made in the USA, size 10.5. Yeah. Fantastic boots. They're under warranty. If they ever explode, Danner will replace them. I have another pair on my feet right now. So, great, very important. Make sure you have good socks. I use the issued ones from the clothing issue because they're about $1 a pair. So, hard to beat that. And we'll be going over later our extra socks. Moving up, we have a pair of Crye Gen 3 field pants. I keep the knee pad in there. For summer operations, you could definitely switch these for the improved hot weather OCP uniform, but currently things haven't gotten too hot down here in Georgia, so I'm sticking with the Cryes for now. You have your cargo pockets. Keep a gaiter over here in case you need it, a lighter over here, and then your Zinn pockets. I don't Zinn, but I think this is one of the only pairs I've seen that don't have a little circle right here. Moving up, we've got our inner belt, right? This is going to be our Blue Alpha inner belt. I've been running this thing for years. Terrific belt. It's gonna hold on our outer belt, which you've already seen. It's also gonna secure your trousers to your waistline so they don't fall down when the Chinese start shooting at you. Fantastic. Moving up, we are currently fielding the Krydex, or the Ido Gear Large Combat Tee Tactical Pants. I have an IR patch on there right now because it's pretty cool. This is a ripoff of the Crye Gen 3 uniform. Got it from my buddy. I'm testing it out for YouTube. So far, so good, right? This is going to be, oh, and my watch. I run a dumb watch because smartwatches are going to track you, right? They're also going to emit IR light almost always. Even on night vision mode, I am still able to see my friends' Garmin's. As soon as it gives you a notification that you missed a call or you burned your calories or hit your 20 billion steps, it's going to let the Chinese know exactly where you are. So run one of these, tells you the time, synchronized with your buddy. Simple shit. That's going to be it for worn items. Moving on, we have our rifle. This happens to be my personal rifle, one of my personal rifles. Pretend, for argument's sake, that this is an M4A1. They won't let me take my M4 home. Please write your local senator. Allow YouTuber Court Stew to bring his M4 home. Anyway, but for now, stand in. Stand in. Bring your rifle. Whatever your main duty rifle is, you're gonna need that, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of doing this, right? Moving up, we have our belt kit. My belt's quite busy right now. I have a lot on there, but I like to run most of my stuff from the belt. That way I can take my vest off if I'm working somewhere somewhat safe, right? If I'm in some sort of safe concrete room or in theory, a very armored vehicle, I can quick detach that and have almost everything I need on here. Starting left to right from my point of view, we're going to have a Leatherman tool. This is an original unbranded Leatherman patent pending tool. Cool little vintage piece there. We've got our 17 round M18 magazine. We have one 30 round Stanig mag for the M4. This, I can hold either 1, 2 magazines or a smoke grenade, depending on mission requirements. They haven't given me smokes in a little while, so I've been running mags in there. In the middle, we have our Blue Force Gear frickin' IFAK, right? Because sometimes when you bring a gun to work, people shoot at you, and sometimes when people shoot at you, you get holes in you. So we have a tourniquet attached to there and some gauze, combat gauze, clog up your wound, clog up your bloody wound. Good stuff. Next order of business. If you're out for over 24 hours, there is a near 100% chance that it will in fact become nighttime. And if it becomes nighttime, you're gonna want your night vision. I keep mine back here, stays out of the way. If I know I'm gonna be out for less than a day, I usually keep a canteen of water in here, as it is in fact a canteen pouch. But for a longer operation, anything more than a few hours where there's even a possibility of being out after nautical twilight, we're bringing our PBS 31s. Moving over, we have an M18. This is not my M18 from work. This is my personal M18. But yeah, we're gonna run the 20 run in there. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna run it. You might as well. right? Standard Safariland QLS. And then this is a fun pouch because it has a compass in it. But this isn't just a compass pouch. If you've been watching my channel, they let me throw the M67 frag grenade. That's right, I'm officially certed. So I can move this to another compartment. Obviously it's tied on up here so you don't lose it, but I can untie it and put a grenade in there. So, you know, what if? Moving up, we have ballistic armor. If I'm doing something where folks are shooting at me, which sometimes happens, right? I guess in theory, I've mostly only trained with this, but I like having hard plates. If it's worth bringing a gun, it's probably worth bringing hard plates. Quick detach cummerbund. We've got these S-Tac Kiwi mag pouches, as well as my additional 2 M4 mags, or you know, smoke grenade, flash grenade, something of that capacity. We have our PTT on there and a radio pouch on the inside for a Harris 152. Name tape, rank, standard stuff. Moving up, we have our helmet with our night vision mount. I don't bring this out if I don't bring my night vision. It just pops off. I personally don't like carrying it just to carry it because that's just another thing to catch on twigs. So, standard markings, American flag, battery pack with IR strobe, and then the Peltors. Quite essential. If I want to talk on the radio, need the Peltors. Next up, we have our chest rig and boonie cap. Sometimes, due to training or weather, you don't wear plates. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I've been using the chest rig a little bit for training, but I can't imagine bringing one to anything real. But I do really like this front placard, so do with that what you will. 1, 2, 3 magazines, another 2 in here. That gives me 5 on my chest rig, plus the 3 on my belt, right? You need at least 210 rounds, but really I'm gonna take as many mags as they're gonna give me. Boonie cap, same thing. Sometimes you don't need a helmet, and when you do, this is gonna keep you from getting sunburnt. And not only that, but check it out. I'm actually wearing a boonie cap. That's right. I got issued a second one. I've got 2 now. They're fantastic. Keep yourself from getting sunburnt. You can see I've gotten a little sun recently. Could happen to you. All right, now we could go into the stuff that makes this different from any normal 6-hour mission, right? This is the sustainment gear. This is what you're keeping with you in your little backpack to do the thing. So going up, first thing, socks. This is maybe the most important thing. I have 2 pairs for reference, but if I was out for a full 3 days, I might bring 4 or 5 pairs of socks. That might be a little crazy, but if your feet get wet, like, you're boned, right? Underwear, gonna bring at least 1 or 2 pairs, as well as an extra combat tee. This one's a real cry. Woo! I'm not gonna bring extra pants personally, and I'm not gonna bring extra shirts. 1 extra combat tee ought to do you, but really that's down to personal preference. Over here, I have an ECWW. This could easily go in the worn category, but currently it's sunny, but it might rain, right? So we're gonna put this in the bag. You could also supplement with a poncho, which is very handy for reading maps at night. I have an ECWW for reference. Next thing is water, because one thing that will kill you long before the Chinese get to you is dehydration, right? So I have 2 Nalgene's, so that's 64 ounces of water. We have a 1-quart canteen, as well as canteen cup. Canteen cup is very important. A lot of people forget that when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna be crabby and you're gonna take the coffee out of the MRE. Heck, take both of the coffees, put those liquid crystals in there. Now you have coffee, especially have a little campfire. Next thing is batteries, because a lot of stuff we're gonna run is going to be electronic, right? If you have an M68 on your rifle, you need a battery, right? If you have night vision device, you need a battery. Your Peltors, they take batteries. We also have liquid IVs. These happen to be the Great Value Lemon Lime Stick Drink Mix. Hydrate, all caps. No, never mind, those aren't caps, they're just big. These are terrific. It's $5 for a 6-pack compared to the $9 for the liquid IV, and it tastes like lemon lime. And remember, you can never have too many of these, because just because I have water doesn't mean Airman Snuffy has water, right? And if my troop runs out of water, then I'm obligated to give him one of these, or an NCO, or anyone, right? If anyone runs out of water, I'm gonna pass them a stick of Hydrate by Walmart. Got an IR capable and a red capable light. This has a white light. I've never used it. Charlie can see red light, so IR safe, quite essential. These are 2 MREs just for reference. I usually like to poke a little hole in them and wrap them in electric tape. Like this one happens to already be small, but some of the old ones are just filled with air, and I don't eat air, right? So we can leave air at home. Some people field strip these before they even go to the field, but I am just kind of a fat bugger, and I eat almost everything in here. Anything I don't eat, I give away or trade. So I take the whole MRE, do with it what you will. We've got chili mac, that's a good one. We also have chicken noodle. And in the Alice pack over there, I had a tuna chunk out, and I like the beef patty the best, but they're all solid. Extra pair of boots, right? If you're in the swamp, you want some extra boots. It's easy to walk through a mud puddle or a creek or a river or a lake and get wet feet. If you're gonna put new socks on, you might as well put new boots on. If it happens more than twice, then I guess you're just boned, but at least bring one extra pair of boots. They're light, bring light boots. And then going down here, I've got my e-tool, and I have pouch for the canteen. Put all your stuff in there. Extra chem sticks, something I didn't note, but definitely bring those. Toilet paper, just standard stuff to keep you alive, right? You're only out here for 3 days. You don't need a sleeping bag, in my opinion. You don't need a whoopee. You can bring one if you want. I wouldn't. Oh, and a CamelBak. I don't like these because they pop, but I do sometimes like to affix them to a bag. If they're on the outside, I mean, that's 2 liters of water, right? Terrific. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is just a general overview, right? If you're doing this for real, you probably have somebody with at least 3 stripes on their chest or more who's gonna tell you how they want you to do this, right? And unit SOPs are super important. But as a brief overview, this is kind of the stuff that I bring with me, right? And if you're watching this and you're just like a civilian enthusiast, go ahead and this is at least a good starting point for you and your buddies, right? Hash out what works for you. If you're in a cold environment, it's gonna change. If you're in a non-permissive environment, it's gonna change. But yeah, hope this gets you started. Genuine question for the audience. Do you guys like the silly little skits that a lot of gun tubers do on their YouTube channels? Because I find them kind of annoying. The whole intro thing, I try to keep it sweet and short, but if you guys want that, I can do that, you know? Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment if you liked the video, and if you didn't, leave me a comment. I like reading all sorts of things. Fire's about out, so I guess that means it's time to go. Subscribe, like, dislike. See ya.